Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I'm in Rome. Finally got to Rome, Italy, in case you didn't know that. And I just got here today. I thought I'd record a quick video because I got a comment on one of my videos. I've got comments like this before, so I don't want to pick on anyone in particular. But I did this video on the Google Manifesto. And of course, that's a very controversial topic. And I don't mind if people disagree with me. I might not like it. No, seriously, it's fine. Like, you disagree with me, totally cool, right? You don't have to believe everything I say. You don't have to agree with me 100%. That would be being a mindless idiot, which I am not for, right? I'm against that. But I got a comment that is what I call marginalizing someone. I wanted to do a video on that to sort of explain what do I mean by that. And so I got this comment on that video from someone who said, if only it were that innocent or true or whatever, long collective sigh, note to self, stick to his coding related videos. And while that might seem like an innocent comment, and you know, again, if the comment just said, if only it were that innocent, and then explained, or even just said that, or I disagree with you. The Google Manifesto wasn't innocent. And I don't know if it was innocent or not. I honestly don't know the motives of the person behind it. But that's fine. That's totally cool. You can totally disagree. You can totally write your own manifesto in disagreement to my video. Totally fine to do that as well. But when you say long collective sigh, note to self, I should only stick to his coding related videos. That's what I call marginalizing someone. And this is sort of the problem. This is sort of the problem with the kind of over the top left. I hate to classify people, but it's sort of that. This is the problem, that kind of the over the top, extremist left, we'll call this, or what some of you would call the feminazis, which is people that are taking things too far. There's grievances, there's offenses, there's, obviously discrimination, there's prejudices that exist in the world. I'm not blind to it, as I've said many times in my videos. So those things exist, okay? But when you take things to the extreme, and this is where the Google Manifesto came from, this is where that whole diversity issue came from, was that people were taking this to the extreme. They said, they started doing, again, what I'll say that this commenter did in my video, which is exactly what this guy who wrote the Google Manifesto was railing against. At least I think so. It's at least what I'm railing against, right? Which is marginalizing people. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And I'll tell you why it's kind of funny. Because the whole diversity, minority type of thing, sexism, sort of came from marginalizing minority groups and women, right? So, and what does it mean? What does it mean to marginalize someone? I mean, I think you can kind of get what it means from the comment and what I'm saying about it, right? You can kind of confer or infer what it is, but let me sort of explain this out to you so we can kind of look at the history and see how kind of hypocritical and weird this is, that this is, this is happening in this way and to so many people today, which is, let's look at this, right? So if I'm going to marginalize someone, and again, this is my definition of the word, but I think it describes an idea. Remember, words are meant to convey concepts. If you use a different vocabulary, it's totally fine, but I'm conveying this concept. So what I'm talking about here is, let's say that I said, right, and I'm not saying this, but let's say that I said this, and people have said it before. What if I said, oh, she's just a girl, she doesn't know anything, or she's a girl, she doesn't know how to code, ignore what she's saying. She should just maybe clean the house and cook and have babies. That's what she's good at. We'll trust her on that. But not the coding stuff. This is man stuff. is that she couldn't know what she's talking about, right? That's marginalizing her, right? It's like it could be patronizing at the same time as saying, oh, isn't that cute? You think you can code? That's cute, right? Okay, so I don't think you'd like that, right? I mean, or what if we did this to a minority, which people have done, right? And said, oh, hey, isn't that cool? This whatever, fill in the race here, person is, they are intelligent. That's cute. How you think you're going to be a coder? Okay, yeah, I'll help you. See, that would be kind of marginalizing, or I mean, that'd be like patronizing, right? Or if we just said, so that's sort of the beginning of this, and then we get to the point where it's sort of kind of really harsh, where we say, oh yeah, you might know about you know, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some kind of racial slur or something where you would say that this person does this kind of work or whatever. I don't know. Like, you might know about like roofing houses, but leave the political talk to intelligent minds. Or, you know what I mean? One person who has been marginalized quite a bit in the past is Professor. Gosh, I just forgot his name now. Dennis Nobel, I think is. I interviewed him. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting his name, but it's Dennis. Yeah, Dennis. So you can check that out. But a lot of people that go against what is, quote, science, they get marginalized. And what happens is that someone says, oh, yeah, he's totally an expert in this area. But when it comes to this other stuff, what a lunatic crackpot. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no qualifications in this area. Yeah, he contributed a lot to science. Yeah, he created the artificial heart valve. but yeah, he doesn't know anything about biology aside from that, right? And that's what it is, and that's marginalizing. And so it's kind of funny, right? Continuing the story here, how, you know, we did this as a society to minorities, to women and minorities, right? I mean, this is not false. This is part of, at least, you know, speaking from American history. We did do this, right? We did discriminate against black people. We discriminate against, you know, different races. We discriminate against women, and we marginalize them. We patronize them. We marginalize them, right? We basically said, you know, your opinion doesn't count except for in these areas that you're qualified for. You're not qualified in these other areas. So it's kind of funny when someone comes and says to me, when they say, especially about a topic like this, especially about a topic about prejudice and racism and sexism and diversity and all that, and then when someone like me, who is a white male, I suppose, I mean, I did my 23andMe results, and I think, I mean, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because, like, how you break these things down, right, is, you know, I'm in Italy now. I'm part Italian, but I'm also, like, part Middle Eastern, like, part Turkish, and have, like, an Azerbaijani, right? So, like, is that not enough of a small enough group of people to be marginalized? I mean, to be a minority? Is it like, you know, if I were Armenian, would that be small enough? Or, you know, is this Jewish? I don't know. Like, what is it? What is a minority? It seems really weird. I don't think there's a good definition to it. I have to have like a little bit of, I've got a little bit of Asian, like Yakut in me. Is that minority enough? I don't know. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about that. But anyway, regardless, I don't look like a typical, like, white male. I think a lot of people think I'm Hispanic or Latino, right? So can I not fall in? But when I open my mouth, then you know, then we can say, oh, if you don't like what I'm saying, then you can marginalize me, because you can say, he's just a cisgender white male, and he might know about coding. All right, so I'll listen to his coding related videos, but as far as like philosophy and life, he doesn't have any credentials. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Long collective sigh. This guy talking about something he knows nothing about and is not qualified to speak on, and his opinion doesn't count at all because he's just a white guy. She's just a woman. He should just do coding videos. She should just bake bread in the kitchen and make babies. Do you see how that's the same? Do you see how marginalizing someone is the same thing when you say that, right? Do you see how that sounds? Do you see how that might feel to someone, right? So when you're rallying against discrimination, when you're for diversity, and I'm anti-discrimination, and I'm all for diversity, not forced diversity. I'm for natural diversity, diversity natural, okay? When you're for that, but then you think that you come from a higher moral ground, such a high moral ground that you don't have to listen to someone's opinion to know what they're saying. You don't have to hear the words coming out of their mouth. You don't have to watch the whole video. You can just look at them. You can just look at them, and you can say, oh, based on this person's race, based on this person's gender, if I don't like what they're saying, I can just ignore it all. I don't have to address it. I can just dismiss it right out because my moral ground is so much higher that I don't even have to listen to their argument. I don't even have to rebut against that. What they're saying or doing is villainous. It's morally decrepit. They are human garbage. So let's just cast them out in their opinion, and or let's just patronize them in some way, discredit them, marginalize them, and discount it because they can't possibly have anything of value to contribute to this this conversation because they're not qualified. See what I'm saying? Again, not trying to pick on anyone, right? You know, I love you all, even those of you that get a little bit feisty in the comments and tend to, you know, whatever. You can, like I said, this is what I'm saying. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not mad. I'm not pissed off or anything. I just want to make a point here, because this is the problem. It's like this is the principle, right? We're on the same side here. I want you to understand that we're on the same side here, right? Okay. We're on the same side because we both want people to not be treated differently based on their sex, based on their religion, based on their race, based on anything besides their qualifications and their message, what they say. We want everyone to have equal voice, and we want people to judge an argument and judge people by what they say and what they do, not by how they appear to be. Okay? We're on the same team. So it goes against us. You're sort of rebelling against the person who's on the same team as you when you marginalize and discredit that person based on their age, their sex, their race, their religion, whatever it is. Okay, so you get what I'm saying here? Again, not trying to pick on anyone, and again, I want to make it really, really clear. Disagree with me. Vehemently disagree with me. Make video responses. Passionately saying why I am wrong, and why I am dumb, and why I'm an idiot. And I will share them on my Twitter account. I will share them on my YouTube channel. Okay? But don't marginalize. Don't say, base it on what I've said. Say why I've said it was wrong. Don't look at me and say, oh, you can't know what he's talking about, and totally marginalize everything that I'm saying, or tune me out and say, oh, he's only good for coding videos, so anything else he has to say, he's an idiot there, but he's intelligent everywhere else, right? I mean, again, does this? Am I living in a crazy, bizarre world? Does this sound crazy? Is that not the same thing as saying like, oh, she's a good-looking girl, but I don't listen to a word she says? You see what I'm saying? Do you get it? It's like when you partition someone and say, oh, I like this part of them and what they have to say there, but everywhere else, whatever. Whether you do it on looks, whether you do it on whatever, and you think they're only good for one thing, that's not accepting a person. Okay, that's the exact opposite, and that's what I'm against. I'm against that kind of stuff because you know it's not very cool. It's exactly against what, you know. We're, like I said, we're on the same side. We're on the same team. So so let's play ball. But let's do it fairly. Let's judge people based on what they say, and let's not marginalize them. That's all I'm saying. All right. If you like this video, make sure if you didn't like the video, hell, just click the subscribe button so you can continue the conversation, and click the bell below so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.